Welcome to Quincy Ball TV. Thank you guys for joining us once again. Hey, please share, subscribe, like. We're going to discuss some transfer news. We're going to talk about Fabio Carvalho officially being announced to LFC. We're going to talk about Salah's contract. Why is it so important to LFC? We're going to discuss rumors that's going on around. And then we'll talk about some of these teams, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Barcelona, and what all these teams have in common. They are intertwined. So we will talk about that, all right? So guys, thank you for joining us. Please share, subscribe, like. Don't forget a notification bell. It's very important. So guys, let's go. Transfer news today was the official day that we announced Fabio Carvalho, the young man that we got from Fulham. In January, now he's officially a Liverpool player. Great guy, great kid. He looks like a gem. I purposely haven't watched too much of his game. As soon as we were linked to him, and then we made the purchase, I started watching him a little bit, but then Fulham decided not to play him consistently like they used to. So I've seen how this kid can play, and yes, I see why people say that he's the closest thing to Coutinho, and this kid is going to be a baller. And I'm glad we got it, because this could have been another Sancho or Jude going to Dortmund and end up being worth 120 million. This kid is extremely, extremely talented. And I'm so excited. I see why my boy Grace is saying, yes, we got Nunes for 80 or some million pounds. We got this kid coming in. We got that person. We got Diaz. But Carvalho is the one that he is more excited to see. And I can see why. And I'm also ecstatic because tomorrow the boys are back in town. So today he and his father was at the training ground. You know, they got showed them around. And I'm excited. And I'm very proud of how Liverpool announced him. They didn't make a big thing about, Fabio, and a lot of people like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, people got that PTSD on for care. So they're like, what's going on? Why is it not being announced yet? But I see why, because they don't want to make a big deal out of it to put that much pressure on him. They just want to slowly creep him in, and then bam, when the season starts, everybody's wondering, who's this kid? Who's that kid? So I'm very excited how Liverpool have announced him. It's quiet, not too much fanfare, but we will know who Fabio Carvalho is. I'm very excited to see him and welcome. And trivia, his jersey number is 28. One of our favorite legends of all time, that was his first number when he came to Liverpool. We won, and of course, he is a Liverpool boy. He is a Scouser, trained from birth to LFC. So I want you guys to tell me, who do you think that person is, right? Put it in the comment, guys. Put it in the comment. I want to know if you guys know you're Liverpool. So next thing we'll talk about, of course, is the Salah's contract, which it is very, very big deal. Yes, some of us felt like, hey, if it doesn't happen, we move on. But at the same time, we wanted Salah to stay. Same thing with Mane, but Mane chose to move on, So we have to let him go. Now, Salah stayed. That tells a lot of people how Liverpool do business. Yeah, a lot of the naysayers and the whining fans and the rivals were like, you guys don't have the money to keep your players. It's going to look bad on Liverpool, blah, 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 blah. But Liverpool has done it in such a way that even as soon as Salah's contract was announced, VVD showed love to him. I think Trent also posted something. So was, I think, Henderson too. That shows you, like, these guys are not sitting there waiting for somebody to make money and then they tell their agent, hey, you two also go knock on the door. That was something that we all were worried about. That's why we didn't want to overpay our players, and we had that wage structure. But the way Liverpool has done their business, especially ever since Klopp came in, has been nothing but outstanding. The players know. At the end of the day, it becomes a hierarchy, and the players know. So you got your money, don't pocket watch on what somebody else is doing. If you want the money, you have to perform. And Salah has shown that he performed. VVD showed that he can perform. Most of the guys who got raises show that they can perform. And I guarantee you, if Mane had stayed, he would have gotten close to what he wanted to. So all a good thing. We're showing the rest of the players out there that, hey, if you play well and you show commitment and you give blood, sweat, and tears to the club, we're going to take care of you. And that's exactly what we did with Salah. And from what we hear, and some people are throwing some numbers, even that number is not even the final number. If Salah do very well, he's going to eclipse that number with more money. So kudos to Salah, kudos to Liverpool. You know, I'm very excited. Tomorrow, the boys are back in town. I think the first batch of the team will be there. Those who played international break got one more week of a holiday. So now let's talk about some transfer rumors that especially today, it went off on hyperdrive. So now people are, you know, even the tier one are now, tier one reporters are all saying the same thing. If Dortmund makes an attempt to let Jude go, Liverpool bounce on it. Yes, we heard about the 120 million euros that they price tag that they put on his head. But from what I'm hearing, even from James and Joyce, like that number will not deter Liverpool. And if at any time Dortmund makes them green light, say, hey, if you want him, come and get him, Liverpool wants him, because we do not want a situation like Tchouaméni, where last year when Chelsea did not give him what he wanted, Liverpool talks to him, he was in the look like he was coming. Mbappe chose not to go to Madrid, and all of a sudden, they spent all the money on Tchouaméni. And of course, Tchouaméni also wanted to go to Madrid too. You know, that was his first choice. Liverpool was his second choice. And it's what it is. So it is very imperative that we do not make the same thing happen with Jude, because we know this kid is a baller. We know the coaches love him. And he also loves, from what we feel, anything was to be believed, he wants Liverpool. His brother, it seems like his younger brother is also being recruited by Liverpool, so we could have a family going on with Liverpool, which is always a great. A lot of people are reporting that there's a possibility that it could happen this summer, so watch that space. Also, the other person that people want also is Barella. Barella, was it? Nicolo Barella is somebody that everybody, I can guarantee you, like it's like 40% or 45% of Liverpool fans want it. If we don't get Jude, that's the guy that everybody wants. And there's also rumors that Liverpool are also looking at him, and he also wants Liverpool. You know, there was a rumors going on in the beginning of the summer that he wants to be at Liverpool at all costs. So let's see. He's a baller. You know, he hustles. That guy plays with his heart out. So that is a club's player. That's how clubs like him. But anyway, let's jump on to some of the rest of these rumors, right? I told you guys to say, Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal are all intertwined with Barcelona. Why? Rafinha. Arsenal fans be like, well, we don't want Rafinha. Yes, you wanted him. Chelsea scooped him from Arsenal. Barcelona is trying to scoop him from Chelsea. So this thing is going on a whole merry-go-round. Now, you'll be like, why is Manchester in this? Well, because if Barca sell De Jong to Manchester United, they got money to go buy Rafinha, which Leeds have said is 60 million, pay it or leave it. Everybody thought that he was going to Arsenal. No, Arsenal, we don't know when they're going to announce the Gabriel Jesus situation, but everybody thought that Rafinha was going to Arsenal. They were going to have that Brazil thing going on, especially Edu being their, the football director, and he's very close to Deco. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Chelsea came in, and Deco being a former player of Chelsea, and everyone think that, okay, Rafinha is going to Chelsea. Then the next day, we were like, nope, he wants to go to Barcelona. Guess what? Deco, a former Barcelona player, and Rafinha has made it clear, if it wasn't Liverpool, he wants to go to Barcelona. People are wondering, well, where's Liverpool came? Trust me, last year, he was working hard to go to Liverpool, and Liverpool was also looking at it. All these teams are all intertwined. Other news, Frankie de Jong does not want to leave Barcelona. Laporte has come out and said he's going to do whatever it takes to keep him into Barcelona, which hurt Man U. To throw salt into the wound, Ronaldo has come out and said, I don't want to be in Manchester United anymore. I want to leave. So if anybody comes out with substantial kind of money, take it. So a lot of things are going around where teams are struggling to buy players that they need. It's crazy right now. It's fun. And this is what Liverpool fans need to pay attention to. You out here crying and crying and crying. Look at all these teams who are telling us how we should run our club. They can't even buy one player. Does that make sense to you? Transfer window doesn't close till September. So there's a long way to go. I believe that in Liverpool terms, I think we might bring in one or two people, because I still believe that Ox might leave. Gomez, I don't think he's leaving. He's going to get his contract. Naby is going to get his contract too. So Bobby is the one that I think it might take a little bit longer, because I feel like if he, at any point he says, I just want to run my contract, they're going to sell him. I think that right now, Liverpool, there's a high chance we will bring one. I'll give one person at 65%, two at 20%. That's how I'm looking at it. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Great week coming up. We got more stuff going on. Check out my boy Grace show, The Call-In. I was there last weekend. Started a whole lot of mess. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Gracie Bold, Archie. Peace.